Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning? Still?
In Spain, it's good morning for us.
Okay. This is like lunchtime for us.
We have lunch at 3 o'clock. Then for us, it's good morning.
Okay. And what time do you go to sleep?
Normally, me is different, but the people normal a little later.
A little later.
2 in the morning.
2 in the morning. Okay. So welcome, Toni Nadal. It's so nice to have you here.
So nice for me to have to be here again. I remember the last time I was here in 2005 when Rafael won this tournament against Verdic. I remember
6-3 in the third, I think.
6-3 in the third.
I remember. His first ATP title.
No,
no,
no. The first ATP title was in 2004 in Sopot.
Oh, 4, yeah.
In 2005, he won Roland Garros.
And then, so he's third. Yeah, good start. I felt. So it was his first in Boston.
For us, to win a tournament was very difficult. For this reason, I remember well every tournament that Rafael won.
That's good, as a coach. So how has it been to be coaching one of the best players in the world and also as an uncle?
Good. How? I say another thing. I have 2 reasons, no, 3 reasons that make me a very good coach. One, I have had a very good player. Second, I am the uncle of Rafael, and it's very difficult to put out the family. And the third, I was the shippiest coach in the world. And then for this reason, Rafael had the same coach many years because it was so cheap for him.
Feels like he can afford it though.
And then I can answer it. For me, it was very easy to be coach of Rafael because first, I am the uncle, and it's so much easier. And second, I was lucky, and it's not too good to say this because it's my family, but I work with a very normal people. I work with a very normal player, a person normal, not a star. Never he was a star. Always he was a normal guy. And
but that's something that you taught him, right? You taught him to be like that?
Yes, it's impossible for me. It was impossible to work with someone that he means he's a star and he can do what they want, what he want. For me was very. For me, never was different the work on court than the work without outside the court. And I say again, Rafael was maybe was the easier player on the tour to work with him. Never only one time he made something for me wrong with me on court. Was in Madrid. In Madrid in 2014 or 15, I don't remember well. When Rafael was playing not too good, and he was in one moment that he was a little nervous on court, and in one moment during one match. He played against Kolsraiba, I think. And I said to Rafael, take care now, because it's very important. He won the first set, and I know that his mind was not too good in this moment. And I said, take care, Rafael. And he made all this. Like, don't tell me this. Okay. When he made this, I was like this in my seat, I go behind, and during the match, I say nothing more. For me, was enough. His face, and I said, okay. And after that, when I arrived to the locker room, he told me, I have seen what you make, but I don't wanted to say nothing wrong. Only was because I was nervous, and I make only this. I think what you have done was too much. And I said, Rafael, you start with this, and maybe in 1 year you said me something wrong. But this was the only time that he made some face. Never. And when you go to the tournaments, you can see many players. It's, for me, it's unbelievable how they
behave.
Yes, how they talk to his coaches or the people in the court. And for this reason, for me was very easy to work with him.
Okay. Is it true that he used to play with his right hand and you changed it into his left hand?
It's not true. I am not very smart, but I am not a stupid guy.
So where does the rumor come from?
No, this is not true. Rafael played all with two hands. When he started to play, when he was 3 years old, he started to play like this. And like this. Both with two hands. When he want to make a good shot, never he made this. Always he made this movement. Then I thought this guy is left-handed because when he need more power, he tried to play with a left hand.
We can give you a racket if you want to.
Then one moment. At the same time, he played football, and he will play with left foot. No, so I thought he's left-handed. The only thing what I do was I said to him when he was, I don't know, 10 years old. I said, how many players do you know? How many top players do you know that play with two hands? No one. Then you will be not the first. Then you have to play with one hand. And in this moment, we play the forehand with the left hand. But the serve, we try to make with the right, with the left, and didn't go well with the right, not with the left hand. And now, many years later, I know that he is right-handed, because the only thing, yes, the only thing that he can do with the left is playing tennis.
Yeah, it seems to be working pretty okay, though. It seems enough.
No, he plays golf with right-handed. When he's on court and you send the ball, he takes always the ball with right-handed. When he wants to send something, always with right. And what I think, when he has played with right-handed, maybe he could to be better than Djokovic and Federer.
No, don't mess it up. Just let him play. It
was a big mistake.
Seems to be working pretty okay. So tell us a little bit. You've been working together for many years, but last year you ended that,
yes.
And you started this academy because you wanted to develop it for young players back home at Mallorca. Can you tell us a little bit about Rafa Nadal Academy?
Good. That was the idea of Rafa and his father to be involved in tennis after when he finished his career, and for this reason he made in Mallorca, in a very good place. When you want to go to Mallorca, is good for us. You have to earn a little
Swedes love Mallorca.
Then he make the Rafa Nadal Academy there. He has many proportions to go, I don't know, Qatar or many places to make this academy, but he wanted to do in his place, in his island, and now we are very happy with his academy in there. We work with many youngs. We know that it's not easy to be a very good player, a professional player. It's not easy. It's not impossible.
But what do you think it takes to be like all the people that are listening now, parents and also kids, they want to be professional players. What do you think it takes? What does it take to be a professional player?
I don't know exactly, but I know what I have done with Rafael. I know that in this life there are many ways to take to go up, but I know what I have done. When Rafael was young, always he played. He has to practice like a tournament. For me, I asked to him always two things: passion and intensity. Passion and intensity. Play every day like it was a very important day. Play every practice day like you play the most important tournament. For Rafael was the same a normal day than when you play in Wimbledon or in Boston. I know many players. They change when they play Wimbledon, when they play Boston, or when they play I don't know where. For us, it was so important to win here in Boston. It was so important to win in other places, but it was so important to practice every day. And this is what I have to try to do always with Rafael. To combine that he has to, for improve, you have to put a lot of attention and a lot of passion in every shot, in every practice, in every normal day. This is I think, the difference between Rafael and many players, the intensity and the passion that he put in the practice.
How important do you think it is for kids who is like 10, 11, 12 to decide early that they want to play tennis? Or do you think they should do different sports at the same time? Or how important is it to play tournaments early, and how important is winning compared to having fun?
Good. First, Rafael didn't play so much tournaments when he was young. He has played only one Wimbledon juniors. Never he played another junior tournament. He has played he played in Europe when he goes with the Spanish team, never alone. Then till he was 13 years old, he played football and tennis. He liked so much more football than tennis, but at the end he decided to be a tennis pro because, I don't know, because he won some tournaments, and for this reason he decided to be tennis pro. I think it's important to play more games because it's better for the coordination. And there is, I say again, there is not only one way to be a good pro in the future. There are many ways, but try to do your best every day is the most important thing. And then one very important thing for me is to be responsible. You have a big responsibility of yourself, because today we can see the many parents, many kids, when the kid play bad, the problem is of his coach, or the problem is about the court, the wind, the balls. I don't know. No. The problem normally is your son. The problem is the
Or
kid.
daughter.
Or daughter. I talk about Rafael.
Yeah.
He's a boy. For me, it's the same boy than girl, but he's always the same.
So many people might wonder why you are in Båstad. So tell us a little bit about the relationship to SkiStar Swedish Open and Sweden and Rafa Nadal Academy.
Why? Good. I have a very good relationship with the tournament director, with Thomas. I am very happy to be here. I remember the last time that I was here. I was here with my family, and my family was so happy to be here. And I hope in the next years I can come again, because it's incredible for me to be here. And
it's okay if you bring Rafa then, the next time you come.
it's one moment. You don't know, but I am not bored. He's a coach. You have to talk with Frankie Roach or Carlos Moya.
I was just thinking, if you see him at any time during dinner or something, you can just mention that we would like to have him here.
If I was the coach, I said you have to come here, because for me.
But you've been the coach until last year. Okay, so you had a clinic earlier today with the Swedish tennis players, some kids. How was that?
So it was very good. It was a good experience.
Did you see any stars?
I don't know now, but I have seen many kids that play really good, and good in my mind always there is one thing. I remember when Rafael was young, when Rafael was 3 years old, 4 years old, or 7, 8 years old. Always I thought that Rafael will be a very good player. But Rafael grew up in a very small club, in a club that was 4 clay courts. He grew up. Sometimes we don't have balls, sometimes we don't have partners, sometimes we have not too many things for work. Good, one more, balls we have, but not too very good balls. And it was possible from a small place that Rafael became a very good player. Always, the most important thing is the decision to be a good player. And when these guys has a good decision, I think they come to be a very good player. Everyone has to know that it's not easy to be a professional, it's not easy to be a very good player, but never is impossible.
And now you're giving something back for those years to other kids. How many courts do you have at Rafa Nadal Academy? What about the facilities?
Now we have 26 courts, but in the next month we build 10 more courts, indoor courts, because the weather has changed. Now we come here is sunny and
Mallorca weather.
No, it's not true, but we make 10 courts more indoor courts, and we have there school. Because I remember when Rafael was young, when Rafael was 11 years old or 12, we have to go with the car 50 kilometers every day. He has to go to Palma for practice, to come back. It was not too easy to study and play tennis. And now in the academy is a little easier. You have more things, more facilities, and it's easier. But you have to know that the most important thing always is the people and not the technology. when we arrived in the circuit, the best players was one Swiss guy, not too good, but he played. I think Federer was one of the best. Hewitt, Coria, Nalbandian, Roddick, all of them 21 years old. Roddick 20. Then Ferrero 23, Safin 24, Moya 27 was old, and Agassi 30, I think. Now the best players are this guy from La Suisse, 37, Djokovic 31, Rafael 32, Murray 31, Babrinka, everyone is 30 years old.
Why do you think that is?
What happened? Now we have so much more things. We have technology, we have study biomechanics, we have doctors, we have nutritionists, we have everything, and the people are worse. Something is wrong in this life. The most important thing always is the players, always is the kids, always is the passion with what you work. And sometimes we don't remember that is the most important thing. And we thought that with new exercises, with the new technology, with all the things perfect, the people improve more, and I don't think so.
Well, thank you so much, Toni, for having
you. Thank you,
Thomas.
Here. Thank you for coming here.
Yeah, thank you so much. I don't know if you have any questions to Toni. Maybe you are here for a little bit longer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can answer if I know the answer.
But thank you so much for having us,
Okay.
and give our love to Rafa, and ask if
I
he wants
hope
to
that,
come back. Maybe he can.
Next year, Rafael can come here.
Oh, that sounds perfect, doesn't it?
Maybe for 1 week I come to be again his coach.
My first TV interview, that would be good. My first TV interview ever was with Rafael Nadal here in Båstad. I was very nervous, and he could hardly speak English, so it was not so successful. But he's a nice guy.
Yes, I think so. You are a very nice girl.
Okay, let's end here. Thank you so much, and enjoy Sweden. And if you have any questions, you can stay a little bit. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.